Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I think you have to put 1 in front of it, right? US plus 1, yeah. Okay, no worries. No worries. Okay. Do you see my screen well, Ganesh? Okay, good. Okay. Yep, got it. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we resume our proceedings, it's my honor to introduce our distinguished speaker for this special session, Professor Dr. Suchismita Mishra. Dr. Mishra joined FIU in 2003 after earning her master's and PhD from University of Nebraska-Lincoln and was the first woman to achieve full professor status in the Department of Finance. Dr. Mishra has assumed the role of Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs for the College of Business from August 2022. She has polished extensively in her field, having published about 50 papers with several working papers and research in progress. Her research has been published in premier
Good morning, or good evening to everyone. Thank you, Gianna, for inviting me to this wonderful conference. I see a lot of attendance, and it's a pleasure to speak. Everybody can hear me well. Good, great. Okay, awesome. All right, so I already have been introduced. Thank you. So I left India a long time ago, 1997, when things were literally, shifting, changing to a different direction. So it is again a pleasure virtually to visit. Every time I go back, I get a big surprise. It is, for good because things are changing very positively. So, without further ado, I'm going to start my presentation, which hopefully will give you a lot of positivity and hope about the growing India. A little bit about my institution before anything else. This is my 23rd year in FIU, been here a long time. So I went to University of Nebraska-Lincoln to get my master's in economics and PhD in finance. And after that, I worked a little bit in University of Nebraska-Omaha, which is, the version of it, one of the branches. And then I moved down to Florida, which has the best weather like Bhubaneswar. And I have been here since then because I love the weather too much. And also, FIU is a great institution. I just wanted to give you a quick idea about how influential FIU or Florida International University is. It is always among the top 5 largest schools in the or universities in the United States, and we have 56,000 students. College of Business, typically like in the US institutions, the university consists of a lot of colleges, business, law, engineering, so on and so forth. I'm very proud to say my university, Florida International University, has been ranked in the top 50 public universities in the US. And also, it is by Wall Street Journal, it is one of the most, value for your dollars or value for your money universities, because we provide a great education with a, reasonable tuition. So we have been placed in a lot of rankings. I have, you can always go and look up the points of pride. I hope I can share a few quick things with you about FIU. So about 3,500 degrees awarded annually. And in fact, our MBA, if you look at the undergrad programs, so in universities, we have undergrad and grad programs, which is typical of US institutions. In College of Business only, we have 10 undergraduate degree programs, and then about 16 different MBAs. So we are, again, very proud of where we are at this point. And also, College of Business is known for a lot of research in international business. We are number 3 in the entire world, ranked very high. And then also in real estate research, we are number 1, so on and so forth. So I'm proud to be here, proud to be presenting FIU to you as well. What I'm going to talk today, as my friend Gana had advised me, I'm going to talk about innovations, entrepreneurial opportunities in India. And my expertise is financial markets. That's what I've been doing since I came to US. That's my research area. I'll talk about it in a little bit. But so basically, I'm going to try to frame it in the Indian context. What are the opportunities that I see? And as a foreigner outsider, hopefully my opportunities will give you a lot more. My opinions will give you a lot more ideas about the opportunities there, because again, I have a very non-biased view, I can say that. So most importantly, again, I'm just going to repeat this, which you may have already heard a lot. Finance needs technologists. This is old news, right? Finance, I always have told, at least from the US side, I can say that finance assumes that you are tech savvy. Okay, so now the need is even more because, in my time, things were very theoretical. We were experimenting and growing and so on. But now it is very clear, I think India is actually pioneering in a lot of things, that finance cannot survive without proper technology, because that's what is needed in a modern capital market, right? So there is no doubt about that. And that's where the innovation lies. The technical innovation is what is going to transform, and it will transform how value, basically, the end goal is having proper prices or values for assets. And that's what the technical innovations will help with. So hence, today's engineers can become architects of the future financial system. But my expertise, I'll be very honest with you, my expertise is very much in the US market. Because, when I came in and to thrive and survive in the system of the university, which requires a lot of highly competitive publications in those top journals, to get what is called tenure and so on and so forth, you have to be really focused in one area. And of course, everybody in US looks at US market, research and contributions. So from that knowledge, but definitely this is undoubtedly true that US market is very efficient, or one of the most developed asset markets or stock markets or economies, as you say it, right? So knowing US market helps me get to know Indian market a lot, because the way I left India was a different world. And things have changed. They tried to liberalize in the 90s, towards the late 90s, and then the Harshad Mehta and all those things happened. So there's been a lot of change. So again, going over my expertise, I am an expert in market microstructure, which is, the design of financial markets, about how trading is done, insider trading, high frequency trading, now AI trading. That is my expertise. And asset pricing, also the core area of investments. These are my expertise, as you see. Even I've done research on somewhat on corporate governance, more so auditing, also institutional trading, retail trading. Now I have taken a lot of interest in exchange traded funds. I think some of you must have heard the exchange traded funds now getting introduced in India as well. Funds which trade in the market. Also, I am, my research also centers around multi-market settings, like stocks which are listed across, in the globe. Then sentiment, cyber security, financial implications, and also sustainability and corporate culture. So these are the areas that I have expertise on. Now, taking that expertise, in fact, actually, I'll tell you what, I experimented with AI. We all are, and I just gave my expertise to AI and tried to tell it, prompt it to say how can I help the Indian market, and that's what definitely that helped me a lot, getting some great perspectives. So here it is, a competitive feature, Indian market versus US market. Okay, so in India we have two main exchanges, NSE, BSE, whereas in America we have NYSE and NASDAQ. Then the regulators, it's SEBI in India. In America, these are fragmented: SEC, CFTC, FINRA, etc. And guess what? SEBI started in 1992 with the Harshad Mehta scandal or scam, and how young it is. So think about the comparative way, like how SEC, which is Securities Exchange Commission of US, it's been out there for a long, long time. So see, the financial market disciplining authority is so young in India still, in my perspective. Okay, so settlement cycles, India is very restrictive or very disciplined in that, again, because of that big scam. T+1, in US it is still T+2. Market hours, it is only 9:15 to 3:30 in India, whereas in US it can be all around, actually. It goes beyond the trading hours. So aftermarket trading is very rampant in the US, right? So market cap in India is 4 trillion. In US, actually it's hitting about 50 trillion, which is way bigger, right? So the crux of the matter is India is very, very restrictive or very heavily regulated, okay? Heavily regulated. As a result, of course, they want to maintain that transparency, and hence they are heavily regulated. Lot of centralization, settlement date, margin requirements, very strict. Short selling is almost prohibitive, short selling in the sense, selling something without having it, right? That's the concept behind short selling a stock. So in India, it is highly restrictive because you have to deliver within a day and so on. Whereas in US, it's much, much lighter. But in finance theory, we say that having short selling makes the market disciplined. If you remember the Adani case, if things are not going right, the short sellers sell your stock, right? But having restrictions kind of makes the market less efficient. So again, derivatives, if you see the derivatives here in US, heavy trading in derivatives, which is options, futures, and so on. But India is quite good in that because short selling can be synthesized through derivatives trading. Then discovery of price. again, comparatively, Indian market being highly regulated is not as efficient like US market. So the implications of what I'm saying, India is restrictive presently because of its, past experience or whatever it is. But then that provides us with a lot of opportunities. Every challenge can be an opportunity, and that's what it is in India. So the challenges, like I said, lots of younger market. There are a lot of restrictive regulations. However, again, by the way, there is KYC, which all of you are familiar with. Whenever I do banking in India, that's something, a lot of steps to fulfill. And I always realize how heavily regulated it is. Anti-money laundering compliances, infrastructure problems, such as, how the stock market is a lot slower compared to American stock market. Access to data is very restrictive. Connectivity can be restrictive. Trust is also not as good as, again, we can't expect all this in a developing still world. So the fraud risk, the trust in general has to be a little bit low, relatively speaking. And fragmented financial ecosystem. You have banking, the central banks, you have NBFCs, the non-bank financial companies, and so on, with a lot, they're in different silos. Basically, they're not very integrated system. So again, like I said, all the challenges in India are presenting the opportunities for entrepreneurs. And that's what my point is about. And just like, America in the 80s, the way it grew, so I can see India having the lot of opportunities like that. So you already have a good guardrail in place with the UPIs, Unified Payment Interface, digital wallets, open banking, fintech adoptions. You have a growing financial ecosystem. You also have emerging capital markets, very, getting deeper, equity markets or stock markets. Institutional participation is growing over time. The openness from SEBI or the RBI is also there, opening up their mind. And there are a lot of untapped opportunities especially with AI and machine learning. Yes, I would definitely be very hopeful about it. So now what I would think of India is in the phase of democratization. Okay, so we have the guardrails set up, such as UPI, Aadhaar, KYC, India Stack, and so on. So building on that would be the entrepreneurial opportunity. And what is that I'm talking about building? Building services, awareness by educating people. The main goal would be to establish that trust factor. Once that trust factor is there, things are going to grow very, very fast. So here is what I see. Again, this is my kind of perspective, I must say, about the opportunities given the infrastructure in the financial sector. I believe there is a lot of opportunity in micro entrepreneurship. And basically, it is about providing access, in the sense of distribution, advisory, and digital enablement. For example, being a representative for a mutual funds, setting up, micro investment, lending platforms. Again, small softwares like expense tracking, budgeting for small shops, developing language apps, the financial apps in different languages. So basically, the whole idea is about micro fintechs or, bringing people in, inclusivity. Okay, those are the kind of directions that I would see entrepreneurship without a huge bulk of capital requirement. Okay, so providing services to like gig workers, like in the Indian Uber, whatever that is, I forget the name for it, but people drive and they make money, but sometimes they don't have the financial discipline to how to save, how to invest. So that awareness, that inclusivity, participation in financial market to enable that, to have, I'm starting to see things come up a lot in terms of, again, digitization, thinking about how to bring in people for more participation is where I see the direction going for entrepreneurship. And sustainability is another one. Financing women business. For example, at FIU in International Business Department, we have this Bandwari project. I'm going to talk about it because soon they are going to do. They go to India, they go to a place in Rajasthan where they sell, they buy and sell, buy the Bandwari, the Bandhani art, and they bring it back and they sell in the entire world over the platforms, and they donate that proceeds to abused women in India, and this is through FIU, right? So what that does, it brings a whole community of women entrepreneurs, very small shops, into play, right? So having all that on an e-platform, making it digitized, again, improves the accessibility. It makes that small village grow, and that's what I'm talking about by all this micro level of entrepreneurship. Building platforms about that. Okay, so green finance, for example, again, talking about. I know it's kind of technical to talk about exchange traded funds, but eventually, as we introduce ETFs are more like mutual funds, but they're traded in the market. So in India, for example, the ESG ETFs can come up, which will make people participate in a certain, in contributing to the green development. So that's where I am seeing entrepreneurship, which needs less of capital, very less capital intensive. Basically, it's the fintech. Okay, accessibility, inclusivity, and sustainability. These are the three words I'm gonna say, which will, which will be the foundation for innovation in Indian ecosystem. Another aspirational opportunity that I feel, which may need more or substantial capital, is about having newer instruments. As the financial market grows, we would need, just like US market has lots of financial products, that would be another way to go. For example, micro insurance, area, fractional investment. For example, if people can trade in a fractional stock, that would be another way to go. Regulation, as the regulation regime is, being open and things are changing, providing tech to people to know that the changes in regulation as fast as possible. And I am aware that there is a lot of funding opportunities. What, again, as an outsider's perspective, I see that government is helping out in micro, middle, and small enterprises. Loans are accessible. There are also private corporate side, which are like Mudra and the startup stand-up, which helps the startups. So there is a lot of capital available to help small businesses grow. So I'm very hopeful that things will be coming up as we, brainstormed all these ideas, and I'm sure they are already. To give you some examples, I see these companies, iPhone 17 was assembled in India fully. And I just heard actually very recently that Groom Airbound, Lucky Groom Airbound, they are putting in a lot of money behind a startup in India, the drone startup. Similarly, Google investments will start in phases very soon. Zepto, I heard about this Indian firm which has taken off and raised $450 million. Cuckoo is expanding beyond India. So there is a lot of opportunity. Again, I feel that in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, when I go to India, I am going to see another very changed India, and it has a lot to contribute to the world economy. So that's where I'm going to stop. Thank you, everyone, for being there and listening. I have a very hard stop. I have to leave. This is uh, 8 a.m. my time, so I have to leave in about 5, 6 minutes. But I am open to any questions that you may have um, about my presentation. Thank you. I am not hearing very well. Can someone repeat the question to me, please? Okay. You want to open the video? I want to see who is asking the question as well. You can put in the chat. I can, yeah, my chat is open. You can just verbally tell me the question, Ganesh, if you can hear me. Just tell me the question. Uh-huh. Oh, oh, awesome! Great question. What's my suggestion to Indian regulators regarding strategy to beat global uncertainties? I think make India great again. I'm just gonna joke about it. Make everything in India. And that's where the things are heading. I see. Make every app in India. Make every, you have all the infrastructure. So I think the regulators should be gradually more and more open. They are trying to take a step in the right direction, definitely, by providing support to, micros, medium, small, all those enterprises. It has to be again providing accessibility. I think lesser regulation in Indian context would be better, and focused regulation, very focused regulation. I know we all had a shock in the 90s with all the scams and a developing stock market, but I think now we have reached a stage where we can have a little more regulation for experimentation. That would be my advice. Yep, definitely. Any other quick ones? Any other quick questions or okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Now, for room number 123, the theme of the technical session was Policy Governance, Institutional Support, Future of Work and Case Studies. In this session, the chair was Dr. Sunil Kumar Pradhan, co-chaired by Dr. Shakti Ranjan Das and rapporteur Dr. Usha Rani Brahma ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you everyone for the successful completion of our first technical session on ICEVB Conference 2025. Now, within very few minutes, we are about to begin our cultural performance of this conference. Attention everyone. We have about to bring something amazing, creative for you all. Up next, we have a speed art performance by our talented art association. In just few minutes, you shall see a blank canvas turn into a beautiful masterpiece. So let's give a big round of applause and enjoy the amazing speed art performance.
Hello. Attention everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys really ready to dive into the cultural extravaganza of the evening? आज हम लेकर आए हैं एक ऐसा सेगमेंट जहाँ पे म्यूजिक, डांस, ड्रामा और टैलेंट का फुल ऑन धमाका होगा। ये है वो वक्त जब हम टैलेंट को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, क्रिएटिविटी को एंजॉय करते हैं और हर परफॉर्मेंस के साथ थोड़ा सा मैजिक फील करते हैं। सो रेडी हो जाइए ऐसे ही एनर्जेटिक एंटरटेनमेंट एंड फुल ऑन मस्ती के लिए।
Now, we bring to you a mesmerizing glimpse of grace, rhythm and elegant classical dance form that is Odissi, performed by Ritika representing the Cultural Association. This performance beautifully weaves together devotion and expression, where every movement tells a timeless story. So audience, sit back, open your hearts and let the rhythm of Odisha's heritage unfold before you. So presenting you all, Ritika. Thank you, Ritika, for representing the Odisha's heritage from your graceful dance moves. Now, we bring you a heartfelt offering of devotion from the soul of Odisha. These melodies speak beyond words, carrying prayers of love, peace, and togetherness. Let every note touch your heart and remind us that music is the purest language of the divine. With this, I invite the Cultural Association to present our Odia version.
ଜଲ୍ଦି ପକେଇ ଟିକେ ହଳଦିଆ କେବଳ ଲାଇଟ୍ଟା ଲେଟ୍ କରିବ
hello, 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 hello.
Hello. Thank you, music team, for such a beautiful rendition of bhajan. Now, Kathak, a dance that speaks through घुंघरू के अल्फाज और आंखों के इशारे. Up next, we bring to you a soulful blend of grace, rhythm, a Kathak performance by Rubina and Abhipsha from the Cultural Association, who will sway you all to the melodious tunes of some old classics. With this, I invite Rubina and Abhipsha onto the stage, and I also request our audience to please give a warm round of applause to our performers.
चांदनी से नूर के घूंघट ही बना लो रोशनी से नूर के धागे तोड़ लाओ चांदनी से नूर के घूंघट ही बना लो रोशनी से नूर के शर्मा
झोंके आज मौसमों से रूठ गए गुलों की शोखियां जो भंवरे आके लूट गए बदल रही है आज जिंदगी की चाल जरा इसी बहाने क्यों ना मैं भी दिल का हाल जरा सवार लूं सवार लूं सवार लूं है सवार लूं
पीपल तू मैं तो हूँ छाँव पिया तभी हूँ मगन
नैनों में बस छब तेरी लहराए झलके छलके छलके रे
बरसे हल्के हल्के अपने ही रंग में
अपने ही रंग में मुझको रंग दे धीमे धीमे रंग में मुझको रंग दे सादे सादे रंग में मुझको रंग दे रंग देना रंग देना रंग देना अपने ही रंग में मुझको रंग दे धीमे धीमे रंग में मुझको रंग दे सादे सादे रंग में मुझको रंग दे रंग देना रंग देना रंग देना
Thank you guys for such a mesmerizing performance. तो दोस्तों, क्या आप रेडी हो for something totally unexpected, totally fun and totally energetic? आज शाम आप देखने वाले हैं फ्यूजन डांस, जहां क्लासिक मिलते हैं कंटेम्पररी से, हिप हॉप मिलते हैं बॉलीवुड से, और सब कुछ थोड़ा सा फिल्मी और थोड़ा सा मसालेदार बन जाता है. मतलब सोचो, एक ही स्टेज पर आपको मिलेगा ट्विस्ट, टर्न्स, ड्रामा और थोड़ी सी अरे भाई ये मूव कैसे हुई ये वाले मोमेंट भी. तो ऑडियंस का काम क्या है जरा बताएगा? तो क्लैप करो, चीयर करो और शायद थोड़ी देर में ही आपके लिए पैर भी नचने लगेंगे। तो मिलकर स्वागत करते हैं कल्चरल एसोसिएशन का। Please have a huge round of applause for them.
जाऊंगा, मिट जाऊंगा, दिल तेरा जीत के दिखलाऊंगा, पीछा ना छोड़ूंगा, चाहे जितना तड़पा, दिल डूबा, नीली आंखों में ये दिल डूबा, महबूबा, महबूबा, बस ये जान ले महबूबा, आशिक हूँ दीवाना हूँ, तेरे लिए कुछ भी कर जाऊंगा, इश्क में तेरे जीता हूँ, तेरे लिए ही मर जाऊंगा। इश्क में करके रब से यारी, दिल है भूला वही दुनियादारी, इश्क में करके रब से यारी, दिल है भूला वही दुनियादारी, जन्नत से भी प्यारा यारा दा चौक चौबारा, जन्नत से भी प्यारा यारा दा चौक चौबारा, खाम खा दीवाना है ये, दम 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 मस्त है, कैसी ये जस्त है, दम मस्त है, कैसी ये जस्त है, कहे बंदा मेरा यारा, मैं तन्हा एक तारा, दम मस्त है, कैसी ये जस्त है।
थैंक यू गाइस फॉर सच अ एनर्जेटिक परफॉर्मेंस। दोस्तों, थोड़ा सा टाइम ट्रैवल हो जाए। आज शाम हम सुनेंगे उन सुपरहिट गानों को जो हमेशा याद रहते हैं, जहां गाना, डांस और फुल ऑन मस्ती सब गारंटीड है। अब एक क्विक क्वेश्चन, कौन रेडी है चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को के साथ लिप सिंक करने के लिए? मतलब आज शाम आपको भी थोड़ी देर पे ऐसा एहसास होगा कि आप लोग भी स्टेज पे हैं।
तो छोड़ो टेंशन, क्लैप लाउडली और वेलकम करो कल्चरल एसोसिएशन जो लेकर आ रहे हैं रेट्रो बॉलीवुड के सुपर हिट्स। गेट रेडी टू ग्रूव, सिंग और थोड़ा फिल्मी ड्रामा भी फील करने के लिए, क्योंकि आज शाम वाइब्स है एकदम सुपर हिट सुपरस्टार स्टाइल। With this, let me introduce you all to the team. On vocals, we have Vedamati, Nikita, Sharmishta, Aprajita, Vidyut and Anshul. On pads, we have Mittal. On naal, we have Radha Mohan. On guitar, we have Joydev and Vidyut. On keys, we have Anshul. And on drums, we have Sonu. So with this, we invite the music team of Cultural Association to sway us all and remind us our old nostalgia through a solid performance.
Please invite them with a big round of applause, guys.
बाहों में सोए हुए अपना उसे बना लिया। ये प्यार प्यार में ये कोई रो 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 रो। हे यार प्यार में ये कोई ना जागता ना सोता है। कैसे करूँ है ओ यारा ये प्यार कैसे होता है। रो 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 रो। आँखें खुली हो या हो बंद दीदार उनका होता है। आँखें खुली हो या हो बंद दीदार उनका होता है। कैसे कहूँ मैं ओ यारा ये प्यार कैसे होता है। रो 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 Thank you. बदन पे सितारे लपेटे हुए हो जाने तमन्ना किधर जा रही हो। जरा पास आओ तो चैन आ जाए। जरा पास आओ तो चैन आ जाए। बदन पे सितारे लपेटे हुए हो जाने तमन्ना किधर जा रही हो। जरा पास आओ तो चैन आ जाए। जरा पास आओ तो चैन आ जाए। हमें जब न होंगे तो ऐ दिल
तुझसे शिकायत होगी मेरे वादा करो नहीं छोड़ोगे तुम मेरा साथ जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी हूँ वादा करो नहीं छोड़ोगे तुम मेरा साथ जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी हूँ वादा करो नहीं छोड़ोगे तुम मेरा साथ जहाँ तुम हो वहाँ मैं भी हूँ अब जिंदगी का मकसद है बस तुम्हारा साथ लो कह दिया है तुमसे हाथों में लेके हाथ अब दूरियां ना रही दरमियां क्या रंग लाई वफा ये मेरी धड़कने सुन रहा है खुदा वादा रहा से क्या था अब हम ना होंगे ना मैं तुम्हें सताऊं ना तुम मुझे सताओ जीवन बन जाएगा प्यार का तराना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना कहता है पल पल तुमसे होके दिल ये दीवाना कहता है पल पल तुमसे होके दिल ये दीवाना एक पल भी जान जाना मुझसे दूर नहीं जाना प्यार तो निभाना प्यार किए तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किए तो निभाना चांद छुपा बादल में शर्मा के मेरी जाना सीने से लग जा तू देखा के मेरी जाना हो चांद छुपा बादल में शर्मा के मेरी जाना सीने से लग जा देखा के के बिन ये दीवाना एक पल भी जाने जाना मुझसे दूर नहीं जाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना कहता है पल पल तुमसे कहता है पल पल तुमसे कहता है पल पल तुमसे अब हम ना होंगे जुदा।
हेलो हेलो चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी कहीं बदल न जाना सनम चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी कहीं बदल ना जाना सनम ले लिया दिल हाय मेरा दिल हाय दिल लेकर मुझको ना बहलाना चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम तुम जिंदगानी कहीं बदल ना जाना सनम hello. Hello. Seventh grade. La 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 la. ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना 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 प्यार का परवाना आता है मुझको प्यार में जल जाना मुश्किल है प्यारे तेरा बच के जाना ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना दिल वो चाहे जिसे उसे पाए प्यार वो यार के जो नाम पे ही मिट जाए दिल वो चाहे जिसे उसे पाए प्यार वो यार के जो नाम पे ही मिट जाए जान दे बदले में जान लो न जरा ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना 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 प्यार का परवाना आता है मुझको प्यार में जल जाना मुश्किल है प्यारे तेरा बच के जाना ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना ये मेरा दिल प्यार का दीवाना ये कौन कह रहा है तू आज प्यार कर ले जो कभी भी खात्मा ना हो वो एतबार कर ले ये कौन कह रहा है तू आज प्यार कर ले जो कभी भी खात्मा ना हो वो एतबार कर ले सारा ज़माना हसीनों का दीवाना ज़माना का है फिर क्यों बुरा है दिल लगाना सारा ज़माना हसीनों का दीवाना ज़माना का है फिर क्यों बुरा है दिल लगाना सारा ज़माना हसीनों का दीवाना ज़माना का है फिर क्यों बुरा है दिल लगाना सारा ज़माना
Ya याद आ रहा है तेरा प्यार। कहाँ तुम कहाँ हम, कहाँ तुम वहाँ हम, लेके जा मेरी जान एक बार। हो याद आ रहा है तेरा प्यार। महबूबा 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 महबूबा। गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं। महबूबा 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 महबूबा। गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं। अरे फूल बालों से निकला, चांद सितारों से निकला, फूल बालों से निकला, चांद सितारों में निकला महबूबा। महबूबा 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 महबूबा। गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से रामें मिलते हैं। अरे जानू मेरी जान मैं तेरे कुर्बान। अरे जानू मेरी जान मैं तेरे कुर्बान। अरे मैं तेरा तू मेरी जाने सारा हिंदुस्तान। मैं तेरा तू मेरी जाने सारा हिंदुस्तान। अरे जानू मेरी जान मैं तेरे कुर्बान। अरे मैं तेरा तू मेरी जाने सारा हिंदुस्तान। अरे मैं तेरा तू मेरी जाने सारा हिंदुस्तान। बचना ए हसीनों लो मैं आ गया। अरे बचना ए हसीनों लो मैं आ गया। हुस्न का आशिक हुस्न का दुश्मन अपनी अदा है यारों से जुदा। बचना ए हसीनों लो मैं आ गया। बचना ए हसीनों लो मैं आ गया। अरे कह दूं तुम्हें या चुप रहूं, कह दूं तुम्हें या चुप रहूं, दिल में मेरे आज क्या है। जो बोलो तो जानो गुरु तुमको मानो, चलो ये भी वादा है। कह दूं तुम्हें या चुप रहूं, दिल में मेरे आज क्या है। जो बोलो तो जानो गुरु तुमको मानो, चलो ये भी वादा है। ओ हसीना जुल्फों वाली जाने जा, धूमती है आतिल आंखें किसका निशान। ओ हसीना जुल्फों वाली जाने जा, दूरती है कातिल आंखें किसका निशान। महफिल महफिल शमा फिरती हो कहाँ, महफिल महफिल शमा फिरती हो कहाँ। ओ अनजानी ढूंढता हूँ, ओ दीवाना ढूंढता हूँ, सराखों पर छिप गई जो वो परवाना ढूंढता हूँ। यम्मा 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 है खूबसूरत समा। अरे यम्मा 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 है खूबसूरत समा। बस आज की रात है जिंदगी कल हम कहाँ तुम कहाँ, अरे बस आज की रात है जिंदगी, कल हम कहाँ तुम कहाँ। यम्मा 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 है खूबसूरत समा, अरे यम्मा 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 है खूबसूरत समा। बस आज की रात है जिंदगी, कल हम कहाँ तुम कहाँ। बस आज की रात है जिंदगी, कल हम कहाँ तुम कहाँ। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू।
Attention everyone. So Dr. Sudhanshu Kumar Das sir will be presenting to you a nostalgic tune which you will be very much enjoying, and it will be adding a few hint of love and purity in your heart. So please welcome him with a warm round of applause. Please everyone.
Hello. This is my first attempt in melody. So if there is a mistake, please forgive me. Thank you. This is a beautiful song, very popular song. But I don't know whether I will give justice or not. Hello. पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो, पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो, जीवन मीठी प्यार कहती हो, पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो। हर शाम आँखों पर तेरा आंचल लहराए, हर रात तो यादों की बारात ये आए। मैं सांस लेती हूँ तेरी खुशबू आती है, ये महका महका पर मेरा तुझको देखा था मैं अपने आंगन में, जैसे कह रही थी तुम मुझे बांध बंधन में। ये कैसा रिश्ता है, ये कैसे सपने हैं, बेगानों की ये पे भी क्यों लगते अपने हो। मैं सोच में रहता हूँ पर डर के खातों में, पल पल दिल में पास तुम रहती हो। सॉरी फ्रेंड, दिस मिसमैच टिके होले गीतर टिके मु गोटे ट्रैक गोटे बोलदेवी गोटे गीत डाउनलोड होती। आई विल बी कंफर्टेबल, इट विल बी गुड। कहला मैंने देखी सांगे एका सांगे एका संगे कोटा कहल Hello. This song is dedicated to me as I am leaving this campus tomorrow, and also dedicated to final students of your campus, those who are living this year also. regarding, regarding my feedback, Pilamane wonderful. I will share my experience. So incidentally or accidentally, whatever you mean, I joined your college. Wonderful experience to you, to see you all. So wish you all the best. Thank you. बहुत बढ़िया प्रोग्राम भल लगिला.
Thank you, sir, and very thank you to the music team for such a melodious and energetic performance and filling this conference environment with pure nostalgia. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to witness a performance that beautifully celebrates the rich cultural heritage of Odisha. Get ready for the vibrant and energetic Sambalpuri dance, where traditional beats, colorful attires, and graceful movements come together to create a truly mesmerizing experience. I give you the Cultural Association. Please everyone, invite them with a huge round of applause. We will be continuing with further technical sessions. I request all the dignitaries to kindly take up their lunch in the guest house. Please, sir.
Everybody, please participate with